This is the effect of a system expected to emerge all around the world in the near future. Here they call it the zombie pill. It means that fentanyl can make users addicted in a single use and turn them into living zombies. I am in America, in Kensington, and we have arrived. This is the world's largest open-air market. This time I am sharing with you the real daily life of America's backstreets. Drugs can be bought, sold, and used right in the middle of the street, and no one can intervene. People are dying in the middle of the street. There is a drug called Narcan. The only way for a person who is dying from an overdose to be saved is this drug. I feel like I'm in the middle of a dystopia. The police here are also selling the drugs. The users already know how it will end for them. They are all trapped in the same daily cycle. In this neighborhood, even mothers can turn their children into addicts. Today, I will tell you a story with no hero. There will be no glittering showcases of the West in this story. We will see the backstreets. Welcome to the world's largest open-air market. We came here via New York. This place is only 2 hours away from New York, one of the most important cities in the world. I am in one of the most beautiful cities in the world, Philadelphia. But just a few streets away lies Kensington. You have probably seen these images before. Let me first explain why these people are standing like this. This, you see, is the lethal dose of heroin, while this is the lethal dose of fentanyl. Even a few grains more can kill you. Once fentanyl enters the bloodstream, the user's motor functions deteriorate shortly afterward. The addict cannot even find enough strength in themselves to stand up. Users generally bend forward, standing in the posture known as the fentanyl fold. They prefer to use fentanyl in shaded areas because sunlight and heat increase the risk of death for users. Most addicts are introduced to cannabis and cocaine at a young age, known as the transition substances. When these no longer satisfy them, those who go further move on to heroin and continue with it. Those who still can't stop eventually meet today's synthetics. The end for those who start with fentanyl becomes these streets. Moreover, the life offered by their parents is sometimes nothing more than this. The transformation of opium into fentanyl did not happen all at once. This journey goes far back. Thousands of years ago, opium was used only in medicine. In the 19th century, the British began using opium as a tool of colonization. To meet their needs for tea and porcelain, the British government started opium production in India, which was under colonial rule. The British distributed the opium they grew in India throughout China, turning the Chinese population into opium addicts. During this period, 1 in every 4 men living in China became an opium addict. The British used the income from opium trade to buy tea and porcelain from China. When China realized the situation and banned opium in the country, the British declared war on China. This process went down in history as the Opium Wars. The wars ended with China handing Hong Kong over to the British. Having lost important ports, China was colonized. In the 20th century, heroin and cocaine addiction spread across all continents, and by the 21st century, an even more dangerous substance emerged: fentanyl. This fentanyl, which is 50 times stronger than heroin, is ironically produced from chemical components made in China. These compounds are transported to Mexico. In Mexico, they are turned into narcotics, and through smugglers, they are brought into the United States. Fentanyl, which turns people into zombies, is extremely cheap. It is possible to buy it for only $2. In other words, the raw material produced in China is now making Western society addicted. Some people even choose to stay here. They say it is extremely difficult to survive after using it even once. They want to quit, but somehow they can't. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new episodes. So is it really impossible to completely dismantle Kensington and clean it up this way? Of course it is possible, but cleaning the area is not considered politically logical. Because officials predict that if Kensington is cleaned completely, many uncontrollable smaller Kensingtons will emerge in different parts of Philadelphia. In other words, tearing down and cleaning the neighborhood will not solve the problem of drugs and homelessness in the United States. Instead, creating an area where the homeless, the mentally ill, and addicts can stay makes the problem more manageable. While luxury business centers and residences grow around Kensington, this neighborhood has deliberately become a place where the unwanted population will live. But the system pushes these people into intentionally contaminated areas like Kensington. Once you fall here, there's no way out. Even walking here is really difficult. Just a single dose is enough to make you addicted for life. Some even die directly from a single dose. Some lose their arms and legs first, then their own lives. They know they will experience these things, yet they continue to use. No one helps them anymore. Neither hospitals nor the police, and even their families leave them here after a while. Kensington, in my opinion, is a social mirror, and some mirrors are very hard to look into.